You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
What's up, y'all? It's been a minute. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Marcus, Jessica, happy holidays. Happy belated birthday, Marcus.
Appreciate it, sir. Appreciate that.
Merry
43
Christmas
strong.
to you too,
43
or
strong.
Merry belated Christmas. Happy holidays. There we go.
You guys just got back from a well-deserved vacation.
Oh my God. So necessary. So necessary.
How was that?
Excuse me.
It was necessary. It was really cool to spend that time together as a family. I think we got to know our kids a little bit more on
a whole nother level.
A whole nother level on this trip. And speaking of whole nother level, Kennedy, shout out to you, Kenny, wants to come on the podcast so bad so she can flame you for putting up all those clips of her. She said, funny. Kel needs to be fired. Da-da-da-da-da. She was like, put me on the podcast. I'm like, oh my God.
She was heated.
Her friends are talking about her, saying her mom is flaming her and shit. And like, oh.
She's a star. She's a star.
First of all, why are you watching the podcast? Okay, just kidding.
Kenny, how you gonna get mad at me and your parents are the ones that's saying it?
True.
Well, I said Kel edits it.
She hella threw you under the bus, Kel.
Damn, Jess.
Well, I said Kel is the one that puts the clip up for people to see.
That's fair.
And so Kenny has a bone to pick with you. But anyways, we got to know our kids on a whole nother level. And probably 4 days before Christmas, we're in the ocean and I feel something and I'm like, fuck, what was that? And it was kind of like a shock and a burn. And I was like, ah. And so then when I get out of the water, I have this tiny rash with like just a few little welts in it. So I took to Google because I know wasps are not in the ocean swimming. I was stung by a jellyfish. And so within 2 hours, the redness was gone, the specks were gone. So then on Christmas, Marcus's birthday, we're in the ocean. Now, mind you, I wouldn't go back into the water. I was in a kayak. I said I would not step foot back into the ocean. And Cash is in the back playing around. And Marcus is like, you're too far out. Come in. And he starts running in the water and crying. He was stung by a jellyfish, but 50 times worse. You could see where the tentacles had wrapped around his leg. Ooh. It was insane. So we're freaking out because it could be deadly. We have no idea because this was, way more intense. So Marcus goes in because I read online, you can put vinegar on it. Don't pee on a person, put vinegar.
Same thing.
So he goes in to tell the guys, the staff at the
crib, yeah,
right, that we needed some vinegar for a jellyfish sting, and the first thing he says is, "Only white people get stung by jellyfish."
And he was dead ass. Serious.
Well, you met some.
And he was like, "I never heard of no black people getting stung by jellyfish."
Yeah, no,
our skin is chocolate.
We got fucked up from jellyfish. Serious. So, anyways, that was fun. But we played family tennis. We played games. We had dinner together.
Did you tell people where we went? I think you just jumped into
We went to Jamaica.
Yes.
We ate every meal together. It was just
was good.
It was
nice.
It
was really good.
Okay, so.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a blast and it was a well-deserved vacation for the family. So that's always good, a good way to round out the year. But are you guys ready to hear some wild shit?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's the end of 2023. Just bring the wild shit on.
Of course. I feel like this is a great way to end this the year and a great way to start the year. So I had got a phone call a couple days before Christmas from a friend of mine. I'm not going to say their name, but back up in Seattle, up in Washington. And she called me kind of frantic. What was really weird was, first off, was like, well, why are you calling me? But You know, I don't know, for some reason.
I was thinking that. But
yeah, no, for real. I was too. But you know, I'm that friend that honestly, like, all jokes aside, like, I'm everyone's therapist. So, and I always give an open ear. So
that's a lot of pressure too, Kel.
It's a lot of pressure
to be that guy.
Right. But I'm like, all right,
That's
like, what's going on? Right. That's like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Because I know, I guess I've met, I think what is going to now, I hopefully think is going to be her soon to be ex-husband. So I asked her when she told me, before I even explained this, before she, you know, well, after she told me everything, I said, hey, is it okay if I bring this up on the podcast with Marcus and Jessica? I'm not going to say any names. I won't get into too many details because you know, there's that part of me where I'm like, well, this is great fucking content.
This is juicy. Yeah, this is it.
Like, I'll keep it 100. This is great content. She's like, you know what? Go ahead. Because I would love to hear, you know, what they would have to say. You guys have a great podcast and a great platform. So just go ahead and share it, Kel. It's all good. Like, but you know, this
Somebody
is fucking
trusts
crazy.
Our opinion?
Right. So pretty much what happened was they had a Christmas party at their house.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they throw this big Christmas party every year. She invited her friends, whatever. So at one point, her husband gets up and leaves and like, goes to another part of the house or whatever. She just doesn't see him, right? She doesn't think anything of it. And there's a lot of people in the house.
Right.
But then she goes downstairs, and this is where it turns into Tyler Perry movie. She goes downstairs because in their house, they have like a wine cellar thing. And so like, you know, they're going to go and she's going to go grab some wine or whatever. She goes down there and grab some wine and goes into where the little wine cellar is and sees her husband getting his dick sucked by her male hairdresser. She stops, freezes, walks out, doesn't say anything, and backs up and goes back upstairs and doesn't say anything the rest of the night. Then the husband, I guess, finally comes back upstairs. He's kind of sitting on the couch, kind of looking like exhausted, like he just, you know, like whatever. And so I told her,
I'm sorry, that's not funny. This is pretty traumatic. I shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, it's a Tyler Perry movie. But what's wild is her personality when she's telling me the story. She's kind of giggling about it because I think she still is in. No. I think she's in such disbelief that it's like I couldn't have saw what I saw, but I did. And so I told her, I was like, well, have you confronted them about it? Did you say something to them about it? She goes, no, I haven't said anything yet. She goes, I don't even know how to or even know how to approach it. And so I was like, all right, well, you maybe should say something, you know, because, you know, fuck, like something has to happen. Something has to happen.
Some type of communication of some sort, or she's going to go crazy and lash out. But
so she wants to know what
we think.
What we think.
Our take. Maybe what her next move should be. Just kind of how we feel about the whole situation.
Yeah, just kind of what we feel about it. Like, you know,
I don't know what to do.
That's pretty shocking. No, Jess. So,
well,
give her some wisdom.
Like you said, she's kind of chuckling as she's telling you, meaning the grief process hasn't started truly because, you know, there's denial, acceptance. She's in the beginning stages of grief. And I can see you kind of freezing and just being completely thrown and like her heart, like, oh, she backed away. She went upstairs and she should have grabbed a bat, a knife.
Okay.
Her best friend.
I can see this is going.
A trusted person that if things go south and like the cliche, you know, phrase, would you bury a body for me? One of those type of friends. Or she could have locked him in the wine cellar somehow as well. I would have tried to whoop both of their asses at the same time. I would have tried to beat them with a bat at the same time. And I would have tried to slice both of their dicks off at the same time. Like both, not, or no. Who was getting their dicks out? The husband's dick and the dude's lips. Done. Hello. That's how you handle that type of situation. Are you kidding me? There's no logic in that type of situation. There's no reasoning. It's a crime of passion. Fuck.
Well, it should be. And if she's thinking, well, she's probably not thinking clearly, but like you said, she froze up. She walked back upstairs. She does what
goes silent.
Not so much go silent, but she's trying to wear the strong face, right? And be, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to continue. I'm going to save face. I'm going to go upstairs. There's guests upstairs. So there's embarrassment. There's all type of stuff. And so what I would say is this has to be talked about. It doesn't have to be right then.
Well, there's still, the party's over, but there's still time to grab a fucking bat. I don't really.
I don't believe in that, though. I don't believe if someone does something to you, if someone chooses to do that, that's on them. It's not a you thing, right?
Aren't you just.
I am better. Yeah, right. You're right. You're absolutely
I'm not
right.
Shit.
Yeah, so
he's better.
I don't believe in that. So you don't want to continue to dig the hole. I'm gonna go cut the lips off, the dick off. I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna kill him.
You have no idea because you've never been in a situation like that. Now, the beat him with a bat. This is all the younger me. What I might have done in my younger years, but.
I don't
older,
know.
I would like to say it would be like, okay, it's your choice, blah, 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 blah.
No.
But you never know until you're in that situation.
I'm saying like in a perfect world, of course you're going to be hurt. Of course you might have a reaction you might not normally do.
Black
right?
out.
Yeah, you might black out. But if you really think about it, this person has made a choice, right? So to go down a dark, shitty road with them by putting yourself on their level is just gonna make it worse, right? If you can think that clearly. I know that's kind of the Monday morning quarterback thing, but for the young lady that went upstairs and continued to entertain, cheers to her. If I had a glass right now, I would toast to her. But you have the conversation.
To her husband for coming up looking like he's done something. Fucked, he's all exhausted. I would have been like, honey, let's have sex.
Clean yourself up.
And then I would have figured it out. I mean, I would have.
I brought out the blade.
Hammer. Right.
I really don't know what she should do, but she has to bring it up.
We're handling this like every other subject that has not been this crazy. And you're saying, just let's talk it out.
Not
maybe you should go to therapy.
No, let's. I see what you're doing.
Thug it out.
Well, I feel you. You bring it to light. You call them out and you let them know, okay, everybody's gone out the house, all the company's gone or whatever. Or you could just out them in front of everybody if you want to. But she seems like she's the type, I'm going to wait till everybody's gone and I'm going to have this real conversation with you. I saw you downstairs. I seen what was going on.
Right. They would have never made it upstairs, so you wouldn't have even had to tell people that something had happened.
And that would be fair. That's a fair response. If you're playing that game, that's part of the game. If you get caught, you got to be prepared to.
Whose hairdresser?
Her hairdresser.
So that was her hairdresser. So that was my other thing is like, oh damn, like. Does that hairdresser now get a bad Yelp review?
I was going to say, how are you going to find another
Or is he that good to where he continues to do her hair?
That is the saddest part. Where are you going to find somebody to slay your hair instead of your dude's dick? How? Like, that's a lot. That's grief right there. The loss of a hairdresser.
But like Jess, here's the other part of it too that like we're not talking about is that emotional part of like, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but like I feel like the majority of women in the world would be like, I wouldn't be as mad if it was another woman. It's the fact that it's a dude.
I was gonna ask that too. Does it make a difference?
To me, no. Everybody can get their ass whooped. Male, female, pronoun, whatever. Everybody can get
That's fair.
it. I wouldn't go, oh, it's a dude, so it's okay. Or that lessens the fucking
or
blow.
makes it worse.
Well, no, it makes it worse.
Pun
like
intended.
I feel like
all right.
But I feel like it makes it worse because it's a dude. You know, because it's like, okay, what is it? Are you living this other lifestyle that I don't know about? Because now it's like, now you're putting my life in jeopardy. And it's not just because it's, you know, it's a dude, but anyone that's cheating, like anyone that's having relations with somebody outside of their shit, you run the risk of all types of shit.
Bringing something back home. Yeah.
I think it would have absolutely freaked me out because it's a dude and I didn't know that this was a thing, and
takes the shock up a couple levels.
It takes the shock factor up. It doesn't lessen
cheating and
the blow, but it's like, what the?
Is living a secret life, right?
You're living a secret fucking life. The fact that she still has not confronted him and has been holding on to something so incredibly life-shattering.
That's why she's holding on to it. From my point of view, that's tough. I know you're pissed and you want to
it's not
kill
even about
people.
Being
no,
pissed.
no.
It's about you need to say something.
I know, but I'm saying in general, you're pissed and you're angry, you're sad, all this stuff is going on. But when you really start to think about it, like you said, this is earth shattering and it's gonna change your life forever.
But it's his fault, though.
I know, but still, for this lady, man, it's the betrayal, right?
It is on any level.
Yes, it's the act,
it was with a dude,
but it's the
girl,
betrayal.
It's just
yeah. No, that's true.
And it's too again, men. You guys are
stupidity,
dumb. You guys are just dumb.
They need to. Well, no.
They need to be even more secretive about it.
No, I was just saying, come out with like if you are gonna cheat, like. If someone should come out like with the rules to engagement of how you really do this and don't get caught. They got books for everything else, right? So
what?
Men get caught cheating all the time.
Wait, what?
So there's self-help books. There's the self-help if you want to do this, and if you want to do your side hustle, you want to do this. Somebody could come out with a book on cheating. I don't want to do it. I don't want to read that.
You could write the earlier years.
But
you
I'm
definitely
saying
write
there's a market for everything. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I didn't like that. I don't like that.
It wasn't for you to like.
I rebuked that whole monologue.
Just like we continue to say how stupid men are and all that kind of stuff. I agree with you. But yeah.
No, but they're double the stupid.
They are. It was two guys. So
right. Double the
What do you expect?
Do you think that she should, obviously confront him, right? Get an explanation, and then just immediately divorce him, and and just kind of just stand her ground of like, okay, look, like I don't accept this. I know it's not her lifestyle, and I know she's not into that kind of lifestyle. So it's like, all right, let's just end this. You're into what you're into. You do what you do, but I can't be a part of this, so I'm going to step away. Or do you even try to like fix it? Because it's like, if someone's gay or whatever, it's because they're gay. You're not going to try to fix somebody. That's just what they are. It's who. Right. Yeah, you can't. It's who they are, and there's nothing wrong with them for being gay or whatever. But it's like
you're born
okay.
That way.
Clearly, this is right. Clearly, this is what you're into. So you need to go do that. But do you try to salvage it? Do you try to fix it? Because if they are what they are and they're into what they're into, what makes you think they're going to, I guess, try to change it? Or, do they even get sneakier with it?
Well, I mean, I don't really know what you do in that position. Because I guess it depends on what he says. If he's like, yeah, I'm into dudes, well then, I mean, I personally would, as hard as what it would be, okay, we got to split. Because I'm not sharing, right? With anybody, male or female. I'm not fucking sharing. Right? But I don't know. I really don't. And again, I would have been like murdered him. So I don't know. It's like
bad advice for this young lady.
If you die, I'm gonna bring him back and then kill him again.
I think it comes down to what she wants, right? I think she's in the driver's seat. No matter what this gentleman says, no matter what explanation he has or excuse or whatever, she has to be okay with, her decision. She could say, okay, yeah, I'm going to try to accept this. We're going to work through this, right? Mm-hmm. That's a choice she has. Or she's like, okay, this is a deal breaker for me. This don't work for me. What does she want out of this situation? And that's really what it comes down to, right? It has nothing to do with the guy at this point. I think it's out of his hands.
It has everything to do with him. And it has everything to do with, like you said, it's her decision. She either takes his word for it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And says, you know what? I don't believe he's into guys. This was a one-off. It's going to be fine. I don't have to worry about him cheating anymore, all that kind of stuff.
If you promise me to never do it again.
Okay. A one-off.
Get one off.
Nice.
Or she, like you said, she accepts everything.
Right.
And she's like, all
right. And she meets the guy and maybe it's like a group thing.
We could also spin it. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do my thing. So we can just come back together and I don't know, see what happens.
If it was a one-off, he could have went and done that with a female. It's the fact that he decided to go and do that with a dude. That is not a one-off. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't know.
Okay, yes, that makes sense.
That's like the dude that, remember the clip of the dude in the church that's like, I'm not gay no more. Yeah. I don't like men's.
With
like,
the ass
come on, dude.
Yeah,
right.
Like that's what this reminds me of. If he's like, it was just a one-off. I'm never. Nah, man.
I was talking about more about
the
cheating side of it. Is it one-off that you're going to step outside the relationship? I guess you do have to factor it in because you got the double.
Right there, you got the.
That's a double whammy.
I'm like, you got the double. Like you said, it could be a one-off thing, but most likely he didn't his dick didn't just fall into this guy's mouth for the first time. I think you wouldn't be down in the cellar experimenting your very first time. So it pretty much, I don't know. I don't think it was a one-off either.
There's the backstory here. There's some history here, which adds another layer. Just like you said, as the woman, you would want to ask all these questions and know all these details, how long and why and all this kind of stuff. So there's something there. She'll probably never really get the truth, but what does she want to do? What move does she want to make? To me, the shock in the place that she's at, that she hasn't brought it up. She reached out to
she's in denial.
Her therapist, Kale, to see what she should do. I think she's probably done. It sounds like she's done to me.
Well, if
too much has happened, right?
Right. And you're saying the ball's in her court. Well, he could not be into her anymore in general.
That's what I'm saying.
The ball
could be her fault.
Not in her court. She might confront him and maybe that's why she's like holding that as well, because she could confront him and he could be like, you know what? This isn't working.
This is a perfect time for me to let you know that
I do love Sean and we want to be together. Right. And
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
Yeah, just like in the movie, like in the Tyler Perry movie. Yeah, you're right.
I know she's probably done because the fact that she decided to call and tell me, because she knows if she stays with him and I know I'm a bag on her and be like, oh, see.
I guess time will tell.
Well, this was dark and fucked up.
You know what?
I think.
But it's real life, though. I know we talk about these Tyler Perry movies and all that kind of stuff. Stuff happens. A lot of crazy stuff happens in real life. So I appreciate that people are comfortable reaching out to us just to try to make it all make sense, right?
I'm uncomfortable with people reaching out to us like we know what the fuck we're talking about.
We do. We have a wealth of experience. Not all experiences, but we do have a little bit of knowledge here, right? Maybe. That's why I said not all experiences.
Well, no, Marcus, you're right, man. I mean, the fact that we've been doing this for so long and people actually have grown to trust us and trust you guys' opinion. I mean, hey, that says something. All right. Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. And of course, catch the visual on YouTube and follow us on all things social at Truly Unruly _podcast. And of course, catch us every Sunday on Converge. And oh yes, and if you want us to answer your questions, you can also email us at trulyunruly _podcast at gmail.com. And we will keep you anonymous, but we will answer all of your questions and try to give you a good scope of advice.
Okay.
If that means anything.
All right.
Word. Till next time, y'all. Peace and much love.